All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, and you know what? We're going to be fixing the Vikings today, and we're going to be fixing their center position because you know what? It's downright poopy.
And speaking of fixing, why don't you fix up your lower parts there, gentlemen and ladies, with some Happy Nuts, the sponsor of today's video. Links in the description to amazing products like body washes, lumberjack, trim up those pubes, even refresher sprays. You know, you get stinky during the day, give yourself a little squirt with those refresher sprays. Links in the description, happynuts.com.
Lupagus gets stinky during
That's more like
the
you.
day. Yes, let's fix the Vikings center. We're going to go over some potential options that the Vikings could do to fix this position. You know what? We still do have Garrett Bradbury, so let's talk about him real quick. Garrett Bradbury's still here. He's still under contract. We can save like $2.5 million if we move on from him. We eat some, like, I don't know if it's like almost $3 million. Worth it. Move on from Garrett Bradbury.
I know. We all want it.
$50 million dead cap.
My fear is this, though. I think this team, the Vikings, Kevin O'Connell, I think they like Garrett Bradbury a lot more than the fans do. He was just a Pro Bowl alternate last year. You see him getting game balls and shit. And I think this Vikings team, I hate to say it, but I think they like him. And then they value him more than us fans do.
Okay, I'm going to go T-Bass on here. Nobody cares if he's a Pro Bowl alternate. That doesn't all of a sudden Kevin O'Connell isn't like, you know what? We're going to cut this guy. He was a Pro Bowl alternate. We better.
It doesn't matter. Well, whatever. That's just another thing that they do and they can say about him. But I do think they're higher on him than the average fan is of this team. So I'd be surprised if they do anything, but
I think they're going to move on from him. I think, I mean, you bring that up a lot where Kevin O'Connell likes his guys. If he likes his job, he's going to have to start making some tough calls. And I think he's going to do it this offseason. I think Bradbury got to go.
Well, I mean, look at the thing last year. They brought back a lot of guys I thought they were going to let go last year. So we'll see what happens. But
I mean, last year, that was coming off of a 13-4 season, though. I mean, that's different. There were still
areas that needed to be improved, and they didn't do it. They just brought back the same old face. But yes, let's fix this thing.
Let's fix it. Let's go over some options. First off, before fixing something, safety first.
Man, that fits well. I think I have one of those laying around somewhere.
I think every Vikings fan has one of these. Unfortunately, I forgot I had headphones on. All right. Option number one. Andre James is the one of the top center free agents from the Las Vegas Raiders. Undrafted free agent. Dude just came on over the last couple of years, better and better and better, to be the point where he's going to be, I mean, he's one of the best centers in the league. You probably haven't heard of Andre James, but he's worked his ass off to get to this point. He's going to make some money this year. Last year, his best season yet, and it was the best time to do it because of free agent.
Is that a shadow or a throat tattoo on old Andre James there?
I don't know. He might need the lumberjack. That might just be a patch of hair, but this is the type of signing. Like, he's not going to break the bank. He's projected to get about $8 million a year. He's going to be much better than Garrett Bradbury's PFF scores were very good pass blocking and run blocking. But this is the one where he's not going to be the highest paid center. He's kind of middle of the road. $8 million for a center, still only 26 years old, coming off his best season and only getting better every year. Fixed.
Yeah. And I think that's the route they'll go if they do bring in a veteran, someone, you know, fairly economically friendly, like an Andre James.
Friendly, can still play for 4 or 5 more years. Let's go the draft route. Zack Frasier, a guy that I love almost more than my mother. Not more than her, but almost. If you take him, it's got to be round 2. He's the bruiser. He's the tough guy. He probably says very bad words when he's playing. When you watch him play, you can tell he's probably saying bad things about your parents.
He looks really nice. Like, he'd just be a really nice guy who'd hold the door open for you and maybe bag your groceries if you need help with that. But yes, and this is the thing. Round 2, you look at the options. Is it going to be an edge rusher, a D tackle, a corner, a quarterback if you don't go those positions early? But the other thing is a center. And I think you mentioning here, if you're not going to get this guy in round 4, and I love that you said that he's tough, nasty. That's what we need. We need that physical, mean bastard anchoring our offensive line that we haven't had in forever. So Zack Frasier, hell yeah.
Zack Frasier, the reason a lot of people won't like this is like, well, we got to get defense. We got to do this. We got to do that. Let's draft whoever. But no, we need a center. And if it's Zack Frasier in round 2, I wouldn't care if we traded up for Zack Frasier.
Wow.
I want Zack Frasier. I'm so sick of Garrett Bradbury.
I know you are.
All right, let's go back to the free agency route. Let's go to Lloyd. Old Cush. It's Cush. Again, like Andre James, a little more high-profile name, but when he came into the league, he wasn't very good. And he's gotten very, very good to the point where this is where they break the bank. he's projected to probably be the highest paid center after this offseason.
Yeah, 57 games started. You got to love that. Good PFF grade there. Yeah, Lloyd Cushenberry getting better every single year to the point where he is at this spot. And yeah, the Vikings, I mean, that's the question here. Are they going to invest $57 million in a center? I don't know, but they have the money to do it. They have the wherewithal, and they definitely have the need. So it's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, the Broncos they're in salary cap hell. I can't see how they're going to bring old Lloyd back. But again, only 26 years old, has had some very good seasons. It's not like he was a flash in the pan. He's a top center. I think he was the 9th rated center. And if we got to break the bank for him, and then in the draft, we can go for that edge rusher, whoever it might be. I don't care if we overpay for a center as long as he's good.
Has Lloyd Cushenberry ever had a 0 pass blocking grade during a game?
I highly doubt it. I doubt it.
I do too.
Well, let's go to somebody that Cedric Van Pran, the big man from Georgia. The big man from Georgia. He's kind of all over the place, and we would have to get him probably round 4. He's usually round 3, round 4.
Mm-hmm.
But we also always see centers fall. And if we got Cedric in round 4, my pants are on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a huge value getting this guy because you're doing the turkey as well. And I love the fact, we say it all the time, but Georgia, SEC battle tested. You're going against the top competition in college football every single week. So, he's basically playing NFL caliber talent on a weekly basis. So I love that about Van Pran. Yeah, round 4 for him would be insane. It's one of those guys you hope if you do trade down in the first round, you get a 3rd round pick, so you can take a guy like that. Make sure you get him.
Yeah, he's going to fall because all of a sudden Drake Nugent is going to go in round 2. Something just absolutely crazy, always weird. The thing is with centers, go look back. The rankings, that's never how they go. There's always just weird-ass centers that all of a sudden go. All of a sudden some D2 dude goes.
Well, and a great example of that is Juice Scruggs last year. I think he was he did the simulators. He was like a 6th round pick, 7th round pick. Maybe he was there after the drafts. I think he went round 2 to the Texans last year. So Juice frickin' Scruggs, a great example of what you're talking about.
Juice frickin' Scruggs. I can't remember if this is the one or not. All right, so the last option, and I don't know, this is kind of cheating. It's not really, it may be fixing for the future, but Connor Williams tore his ACL in December. So he's going to be start working out again in September, October. So if you were to sign this guy, that's why I have question marks for the dollars. He's the best center. There's no doubt about it. He's the number 1 if he's healthy. But do you get him cheap and sign him to a multi-year deal? And all of a sudden 2025, he's your guy. It's I don't know, but we had to put him on the list.
Yeah, I mean, do you get a kind of a prove-it deal with this guy? That's the question. But let's not forget, injuries, whether it's the draft, free agency, especially not being able to start till the season starts next year, those are the things that drive a price tag down, that drive a guy down the draft board. So, you might be able to find this guy at a bargain price, and why not just sign him to a cheap prove-it deal and use him in the future?
He might be one that doesn't even sign until October or something to a team, but it's gonna be very interesting to read. I love Connor Williams, love him. If he went towards ACL, he would absolutely be the highest paid center this year.
Let me ask you this: if you could have Zack Frasier or Connor Williams over for a sleepover, who would it be?
What are we doing?
I don't know. Probably playing NHL 95.
Oh, I'll take Connor Williams. I think Zack Frasier might turn into likes to fight guy.
Oh, okay.
And I think I would fear for my safety. I think Connor is more, I don't know, more mature. He's been through the ringer. Give me a pass. Zack Frasier beat the shit out of me. Because I would beat him in NHL 94.
Yeah, because you'd take the Blackhawks or the
I never take the Blackhawks. Always the Sabres. Alexander McGillney, Pat LaFontaine, Dale Howardchuk, Doug Bodger, Peter Sabota. Anyways, these are how the Vikings can fix the center position in 2024. They cannot have Garrett Bradbury come back.
They can't. So what I think they're going to do, I think they're actually going to, I think it's going to be like that 4th round draft pick guy who's going to come in and compete. I think Bradbury's going to be on the team. I don't think they're going to flat out cut him. I think it's going to be the competition, and I hope that 4th rounder can beat him out. Yeah, it's like March 17th. They got to make a decision before all of his money's guaranteed. So we'll see. I'm like 50-50 that they just cut his ass beforehand and just figure it out later. It really can't get that much worse. So if I had to choose, I would actually say that they end up signing a free agent. I'm going to say Andre James. Andre James, look at him.
I just think he comes at a pretty damn good price, and he's going to start day one. Zack Frasier, I love the guys in the draft, but I think they got other plans for those draft picks.
Yeah, maybe you sign a James and you still draft someone maybe a little bit later down the board.
All right, there you go. Let us know how you would fix the Vikings center position. Any of these guys? Maybe you got something else. Maybe you love Garrett Bradbury.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Don't forget links in the description for your Happy Nuts products. And remember this, 87% of people ask questions they already know the answers to.
It's true.